Video game movies. They usually suck. But fighting game movies usually suck also, to be honest with you. Even the modern ones are mid at best. What is going on with the Street Fighter movie? How is Guile doing a running flash kick? Every gamer knows you gotta charge that shit. But Mortal Kombat movies are actually fire. Along with some trash too, I'm not gonna lie, but I'd say Mortal Kombat movies and shows do better than most fighting game adaptations. Even most video game adaptations, if I'm being honest with you. So today, I'm ranking every Mortal Kombat show and movie from best to worst. Because Mortal Kombat 2 got delayed 8 months for no reason. So here I sit, surrounded by my waifus, watching all the Mortal Kombat movies and shows, so you don't have to. But you do have to comment below what your favorite Mortal Kombat movie is, and also tell me why. I imagine most of you are gonna say the 95 movie, because yeah, it's goated, but feel free to mix it up, alright, because everyone loves that movie. Then after watching, leave a like if you enjoyed today's video. Let's aim for 2,000 likes, so the next Mortal Kombat movie is great. We're gonna give Jade some hair. Lastly, consider becoming a member because I'm gonna start doing some private live streams and other fun stuff like that. So alright everyone, without any further ado, let's begin. Alright, ranking every Mortal Kombat movie and show. Please keep in mind, YouTube goes hard on copyright when it comes to movies and shows. Now I'll do my best to add as much footage as I can without getting claimed, but if today's video is mostly face cam with not too much gameplay or movie stuff, then you understand why. So oh boy, here we go. First up is Mortal Kombat 95, it's going in peak. Do I even have to explain why? I feel like every Mortal Kombat fan has seen this movie, and on that same note, I think most Mortal Kombat fans love this movie because it walks that tightrope pretty well, right? You have the source material that it's somewhat accurate to, but not too much, that way normie theater goers can enjoy it as well, right? It walks the tightrope perfectly, which the recent movie did not do, by the way. The 2021 film catered way too hard to normies, and as a result, gamers didn't like it as much. So yeah, the 95 movie is peak. My favorite version of Raiden, by the way. This film is campy, but serious when it needs to be, and has some good morals in there as well. For a Mortal Kombat film, it's oddly heartwarming, so there it is. But what about a fun Mortal Kombat movie that even normies can enjoy because it's not so much a Mortal Kombat movie, but still has Mortal Kombat characters, if that makes sense. I'm talking about Cage Match, one of the newest Mortal Kombat films to come out, the newest animated movie in fact. And it's a good looking movie, not gonna lie. The color coordination alone is incredible. It's very 80s inspired, obviously, even includes some famous actors from the 80s who play themselves in the film, which is fun. But yeah, Johnny Cage is the main character, so of course the story is not too serious. Shinnok shows up though, and he's a hardcore demon monster guy, so that's pretty scary. But yeah, the story overall is very fun, very silly, but also has gore and looks amazing the entire time. So it's a very fun Mortal Kombat movie, definitely normie, right? You don't need to know much about Mortal Kombat games to enjoy it. But alright, what about mid? I would say several films and shows go in this category, right? Because most video game adaptations will go there, right? They're okay, but they're not great. You know what? Let's talk about a show. I'd say the first season of Mortal Kombat Legacy goes in mid. It's completely okay, especially if you're already a fan of the Mortal Kombat series and know a little bit about the lore. Keep in mind mid means okay, alright? Not bad. In the modern vernacular, mid means terrible. I don't mean that for my video. Mid just means okay. You'll enjoy it, but not too much. But oh boy, now it's time for the trash tier. Obviously everyone's favorite part of the video, because roasting something is more fun than praising, alright? It's just a fact of the human condition. So I would say the Mortal Kombat Rebirth definitely goes here, but not a movie. It's just a trailer, so it doesn't really count. Don't get it twisted. I'm glad this movie never got made. It was trying to be a very grounded and realistic take on Mortal Kombat, but like, where's the fun in that? Mortal Kombat has superpowers. It's got other realities and other planets, right? Demons, all that fun stuff. Why would you try to make that realistic? That's just not fun. However, like mentioned earlier, it's just a trailer, not a movie or a show, so let's rank an actual show. Mortal Kombat Legacy Part 2 is actual dog water. I hate this series so much, it's painful to watch. If you want to see Sub-Zero get killed by his own fatality, this is the show for you. It's not accurate to the games, it makes so much stuff up. They make Liu Kang evil, for Pete's sake, like he's a villain out of the gate. They made Johnny Cage boring somehow too, which is the biggest sin, right? Johnny Cage is always the fun comedic relief. Here he's way more serious, but also kind of sucks at fighting, so you're not rooting for him ever. Like, how do you mess up Johnny Cage? How do you even pull that off? Yeah, it's a terrible series. Which is ironic because part 1 was completely okay. It was mid. But alright everyone, for the rest of this video today, I'm gonna rank these films in the order they are down here, alright? Left to right. Mortal Kombat Snowblind is peak. I think everybody needs to watch this movie because it's exactly what a Mortal Kombat film should be. It's violent with a good story, it's entertaining, has some good twists in there too, which I think Mortal Kombat is known for, right? Ever since Deadly Alliance, science, Mortal Kombat is about twists, which the Snowblind movie has, absolutely. So I consider it one of the best Mortal Kombat movies ever made, especially for the animated films, right? It's really good. Peak Mortal Kombat, to be sure. Oh god, the journey begins. So I watched a little bit of this as a kid with my family, and it was so boring that we stopped watching it. Now with that said, I don't want to put it in trash because it's kind of a time capsule, which gives it a tiny bit of charm. Also, they're clearly appealing to kids with this movie because the violence is toned way down, and for a Mortal Kombat movie, that's rough. The animation quality is terrible, but also it's a long watch, like hours of footage to get through, which could explain why the animation is so bad. Keep in mind, I'm an artist myself. I did animation for like 8 years and I still draw regularly, made some comic books, right? So I've got a soft spot for animation. Even when it's terrible, I can tell they were doing their best, right? Maybe not the most qualified animators, but they tried. So yeah, mid. I'd say mid. Oh, but Mortal Kombat Annihilation. So this movie is so terrible that it becomes fun. It's the best example of that kind of movie, which I'm certain most of you watching have already heard. Some films are so bad that, like Pac-Man, they wrap around to this side and become good, right? They're actually entertaining now. It's honestly worse to be in the middle if you're a movie, right? You don't want to be boring or bland. You want to be either great or so terrible that you become fun to watch. And that's Mortal Kombat Annihilation. The actors are hamming it up, but the fight choreography is decent. Nowhere near as good as the previous film, right? 95 will always be peak, but Annihilation has okay fight scenes. The story is so silly, so goofy. It never takes itself very seriously, and you gotta go into the film knowing that, right? Defenders of the Realm. So I would say this show is fun. It's one of my favorite versions of Sonya and Cabal as well. Some of the characters in this show are actually done pretty well. The writing is not the problem actually, it's the animation more so, which is not terrible, but it was a show, right? So they were making this stuff fast, which definitely caused the animation quality to suffer, but unlike with Journey Begins, I can tell this team actually knows how to animate. They understand the 12 principles of animation and all that stuff. They were just rushed. That much is obvious. In fact, I would say Defenders of the Realm is better than Annihilation because the passion is there, and if you only watch an hour or so at a time, it's tolerable. If you sat down to watch the whole thing, it might be a bit tougher to do. Mortal Kombat Conquest. Okay, so hear me out. It's fun. I actually love this show, but keep in mind, my family watched Xeno Warrior Princess and the Hercules TV show, alright, and Conquest is that, but Mortal Kombat. With no exaggeration, okay? That's the best comparison I can think of. The writing is actually decent, the costume design is great, by that I mean Gunnar quality, like the games, so it's accurate in that regard. And lastly, the villains are great. I enjoy this show. It feels like everyone's trying their best to act. Some people act better than others, but nobody's phoning it in. Everyone's trying. Now, story-wise, it's a prequel. All of this takes place before the Great Kung Lao even fights in the tournament. That's the setting for this show, which makes it very interesting. Yeah, honestly, if I was stuck on an island with just this show to watch, I'd be happy. I like this show. Scorpion's Revenge. So this film is apparently very controversial, alright? You love it or you hate it. Very similar to Miracle Whip. There's big fans and there's big haters. For me personally, I adore this film. When it first came out, I thought it may have been better than the 95 movie because it had more action, it had more gore, and also more emo, if that makes sense. I feel like Mortal Kombat is emo edgelord material, and this movie does that, which once again, I love. Now, some characters are done dirty. Liu Kang is given a short stick. Some characters aren't given good treatment in this movie. Not terrible, right? But they're just not allowed to do very much because the story centers around Scorpion. But even so, man, what a fun watch. I want to sit down and watch it again right now. I enjoy this movie, which is ironic because I despise the sequel. I hate Battle of the Realms. If there's one Mortal Kombat movie or show I could completely undo and then redo, it would be this movie. Because there's so much potential. It's retelling Mortal Kombat 2, which is the best game to most people, alright? So tons of potential there. Then it adds characters from Deception and Mortal Kombat X, which is an odd choice, but it could work, okay? Those characters are fun. People like those games, so if you want to add those characters, go right ahead. But the story itself is such dog water. Fan favorite characters are treated so terribly. The one being shows up and is like a physical guy. It's so stupid. Yeah, then the fight scenes are like 10 seconds long. If you're lucky, almost none of them go past 1 minute. Even big important fights like Liu Kang versus Shang Tsung are over in about 30 seconds. It's garbage. Keep in mind, the trailer lied and made it seem like these fights were the focus. No, the focus is terrible dialogue. It's so stupid. Most of the film is talking, blah, 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 and it's so stupid. Sub-Zero is an idiot in this movie. I hate him, which is crazy because that's my favorite character. Sub-Zero's my favorite boy. If you make me hate him, then you did something terribly wrong because I love that character. Yeah, Battle of the Realms is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Does it have some good parts? Yes, absolutely. But as a whole, it's such trash, man. I made a whole video ranting about it if you want to watch it. It's right here on screen. Oh my god, this film got me so mad at the time. I was so heated. Battle of the Realms is so bad, it gaslit me into thinking the Injustice movie was okay, which it's not. Alright, last but not least, we have the 2021 movie, which feels oddly poetic since the sequel is coming out this summer, so that's kind of funny. I would say this movie goes in mid. It's not bad, honestly, it's exactly what I expected, and I bet many Mortal Kombat fans feel the same. You wanted to get excited, right? You wanted to, because it looked pretty and the trailers were interesting as well, but you knew deep down this was gonna be a modern video game adaptation, right? It's gonna pander super hard to the normies and not enough to the fans whose love made the series so popular that it's getting a movie at all, so you should pander to them, but instead the film is heavily normie, made a brand new character for no reason that everyone agrees is bland at best and terrible at worst. Not the actor's fault, by the way. The actor is actually very talented. Yeah, for anyone watching who hasn't seen the 2021 movie, it's about Mortal Kombat before the tournament even takes place. Yeah, there's no tournament. It's building up to it instead, with some of the most boring sets I've ever seen, man. It's such an ugly movie. I suppose one thing this film does very well is glorify Sub-Zero and make him look really terrifying, which he should be. Keep in mind it's Bihan, right? The original Sub-Zero who's an assassin. Then Goro was done the dirtiest, lost to a brand new character despite being one of the strongest Mortal Kombat villains. He's up there. Most people crap their pants at the sight of Goro, but this new character just beats him because literal plot armor. And alright everyone, there you have it, ranking every movie and show in Mortal Kombat history. I think this tier list makes a lot of sense. And you know what? Last minute decision, I'm putting Conquest in peak because I don't think we'll get another Mortal Kombat show this good. I don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm sure plenty of people disagree and that's okay, but keep it civil, alright? Let me know why you disagree and keep it classy. Thanks for watching my video today everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. Let's try and get 2,000 likes at least. Then finish that combo by subscribing and becoming a member. That way you don't miss future live streams and other cool stuff like that. Alright everyone, make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.